Guggemos. I am a 2L at Ave Maria School of Law in Naples, Florida, and I am just finishing up my externship with the Culture of Life Institute in Washington, D.C. with Congressman Chris Smith's office. I applied for this externship for a couple of reasons. First, I was really interested in the legislative process and the other side of the law, because as law students we study how it's interpreted in the courts, but I wanted to know how it was made and the process of making the law and enacting it into our society. And secondly, I really needed some direction with where I was going in my legal career, because there's so many different avenues and I just felt like I didn't know enough of them to really get a grasp on who I wanted to be and what kind of lawyer that I wanted to be. Okay, so there's been a couple of really amazing days. Actually, every day is really amazing on the Hill. But some that stand out are my second day on the Hill. I was asked to do some research for a country in Central America that was going through some governmental strife at the time, and we had a meeting with one of the ambassadors that day, and I got to do the research in Spanish and then talk to the ambassador with the congressman in order to get a better idea of what was going on in that area and how we could help. And as a second day at the job, that's pretty incredible. And another one of the really big highlights for me was this year we had a committee hearing with the Foreign Affairs Committee with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and that was incredible to be a part of that committee, and I made it on C-SPAN and everything because I got to sit up next to Congressman Smith while he talked to the Secretary of State about the important foreign affairs policies and how the United States is helping other countries during the next year. So this whole experience has really changed my career outlook. As I said earlier, I was looking for a little bit of direction because I didn't know quite what I wanted to do as a lawyer, and after this semester I really can't imagine doing anything but bioethics. I want to know everything about bioethics, and I want to know all of the reasons behind all of the philosophies and how to properly apply them and how to utilize them in order to help make our society prosper in a useful and good way, truly good way, so that we can reach for truth together instead of trying to live in this relativistic society that doesn't quite know what to grasp onto. And so this semester has really changed my career outlook, and it has given me a lot to think about for the next year so I can decide what kind of lawyer I want to be, because it's definitely something in bioethics. So as part of this experience in DC, I get to take a bioethics course with the Culture of Life Institute and our adjunct professor, Jennifer Kimball Watson. And we meet once a week and we talk about bioethical issues and concerns and the schools of bioethics and case law and how that has all played a part in our history and how that's shaping what the world has become. And that's so integral into what I'm doing every day, because I'm working with women's health, global health, bioethics concerns that are just upcoming in the legislative process, and I get to have a deeper understanding of what our concerns should be for this issue. And so even though something may look glossy and pretty up front, once you have a bioethics background and you can really delve into all of the ethical concerns around an issue, you can get a much better understanding of what this actually means for our society and the people in it. Okay, so as part of my program, I also have these lectures with visiting professors, and I think my favorite one was with Professor Saunders at Catholic University of America. Professor Saunders is amazing. He's brilliant, and I honestly could have just sit there and listened to him for hours because he seemed to know everything about everything, and it was just an incredible experience to get such an in-depth and personal conversation with such a renowned respected professor, as a professor in natural law, bioethics, constitutional law, and human rights. So he really does know everything about all of the topics that I'm working with. And so to have him at my disposal for a whole evening was just an incredible experience, and it has really opened up my eyes to what a legal career could be for me.